All right, the court is going to proceed with sentencing. With regards to the length of time on probation, does anyone have any input they would like for the length of probation time? State,
Yes, Your Honor, we're requesting 10 years probation.
defense?
Yes, Judge, we agree.
All right, the court then is going to follow the juror's verdict. Sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There is a $10,000 fine. The court is going to order 180 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition that will begin today. The court is going to order safety, and the court is ordering safety based upon the testimony that the court heard during the trial. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's going to be regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days of release from custody. Court is going to order the defensive driving course. There's to be no driving until further notice. Is there any request that vehicles at the home be equipped with ignition interlock?
There is, Your Honor.
All right, there's to be ignition interlock on any vehicles at your residence. There's to be field visits one time per month for 6 months. Defendant is to remain in custody until the 180 days is served and transfer to SafeP. And that is to be SafeP with aftercare.
Judge.
Oh, just one moment.
Yes, Judge.
There should be 200 hours of community service restitution. State, is there anything else you would request in way of conditions?
Yes, Your Honor, we're actually requesting the 600 hours community service. We're also requesting any Texas driver's license or pilot license be suspended for a minimum of 2 years. And after is full GPS, after it's released from safety and aftercare.
All right. With regards to the community service hours, the court will set the community service hours at 350 hours. Defense, would you like to speak with regards to the license suspension?
Judge, I completely misspoke and we would be requesting a PSI. I don't know if that can be corrected at this point.
Well, PSIs, once the jury has been elected to pass punishment, the court does not need to consider a PSI.
Understood, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So it'll be 350 hours community service restitution and 2-year driver's license suspension. All right, yes.
And Judge, we may be aware that you might have a pilot license for aircraft. And if that's so, we would request a suspension also on any type of driving any type of heavy machinery in a public.
Just 1 second. I'm sorry. The printer is very loud. All right, yes.
Any type of heavy machinery that's operating in public, obviously, or at work. The fact is that that would be in concert with the Texas driver's license, Your Honor.
All right. Well, what the court is going to order is a 2-year license suspension, period. 2-year driver's license suspension. So it doesn't matter if it's Texas, Louisiana, or where it may be. So there's going to be a 2-year driver's license suspension. And I'm assuming that if someone has a pilot's license, that encompasses driver's license, but if it doesn't, let me be clear, the 2-year driver's license suspension applies to a pilot's license as well.
Thank you.
Now, with regards to his employment, if they're allowing him to be a forklift driver or whatever on their property, that's in their purview. And there is to be, just one moment, I'm sorry. Is there, and the regular and random UAs, that will include alcohol testing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
All right, anything else?
State's requested restitution to the victim or the next of kin of the victim, Your Honor.
All right, with regards to restitution, the court will say restitution, if any, to the complainant's estate. If for any reason there is an amount defense that you feel is too high, we can have a restitution hearing on that.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, state, how long will it take for you to tender to the defense an amount?
Judge, if you would allow the next 30 days, we could have that amount to the court or to defense, Your Honor.
All right, so that will be restitution, if any, to the complainant's estate. And then what we'll do is I will set this, if we need it, for a restitution hearing. And I'm not going to put the date in the system. This is just a deadline for everyone to have things to me. And if it's not there by that time, then there will be no restitution hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
So we're going to put it on, is September 23rd. I know that's more than 30 days, but is that enough time for everyone?
I believe so, Your Honor.
That works with us, Judge.
All right, so state, you need to turn over to the defense the proposed amount of restitution by September 23rd. Defense, you'll have a chance to look over it. And then defense, if you have any objections, you can set it for a hearing. If you all don't have any objections to the restitution amount, if you all will send it to the court in a signed document from each of you. All right.
Yes, Judge.
Is there anything else from either side with regards to conditions?
None from defense, Judge.
State?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Castro, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? And did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
If you'll pass that to me, please. You have a right to appeal as this was a jury trial. However, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question on what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Is there a victim impact statement?
Will be, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to proceed with victim impact statement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is she standing in the well?
Sure.
Judge, can I just have a moment to speak to my client?
Sure.
So as you've seen, this is my daughter, Alexandra Seibert. You've never once offered any sense of regret or remorse. I've been in this courtroom for every hearing 15 times. You've laughed and giggled in there. It was all a big joke because you plan to get out. She's not the first young lady's life you've ruined. I'm hoping she'll be the last, but she's the third. You need to start accepting responsibility. You might have the money to hire somebody who can fluff the truth for you, but let me tell you something. This is my daughter, and this is where you put her. And this is my husband, and this is myself tending to her. You've got a daughter, you brought her in the first hearing. She was 14 at the time. You thought that that would make a difference. You wanted sympathy, but you didn't give my daughter any. Let me tell you something. You need to look at my daughter and think about your daughter, because there are people out there like you. Your daughter can be sitting on the road, and someone just like you who had spent the whole night from 6 going to 4 bars, plowing into her, lying, misrepresenting the truth, killing your daughter just like you killed mine. You need to think about that when you lay your head down at night, that your daughter's just as vulnerable as mine was. And all those other women, you did things to. And that's all I'm going to say is you need to start being held accountable for your own actions and not slip through because you've got money to put a little fence around you. Because I thought my daughter was protected, and you probably think your daughter's protected. And someone like you killed her. That's all I'm going to tell you. And it's wrong. And you never said you were sorry. Your mom said she felt bad, but you never once, not in that whole entire thing. And instead you took a picture of her car. You got that posted on your Facebook page like you had other things posted? That's all I'm asking. You need to think about it because God's watching you.